guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is the top 10 things you should never say to an American.
I'm intrigued. I'm guessing one of these is going to be politics.
Yeah, and also...
Don't bring up politics.
I don't know, but then I don't know if it's going to go down that route.
I don't know.
Because I'm thinking like you know how all the taboo topics? Like you don't ask someone their political views, you don't ask someone how old they are, blah, blah, blah. Like those kind of things.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to go down that route. But then the last...
That's what we just said.
But we did another video recently with the foods, and we thought the comfort food was going to be that, and it was completely different.
It was. We'll find out. Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Let's find out 10 things you should never say to an American. Are you ready?
I am. But if you want to come back to America, just to let you know, the top link in the description is our GoFundMe page.
Yes.
It's not expected, but we'll be grateful for anything if you want to.
Yeah, and we'll take you guys on the journey of vlogging. Hopefully a road trip, probably in early 2026. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. What we got?
Seriously, how much money you make?
I told you, 70,000. Well, technically 72,000 last month, something like that.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you should never say to an American.
How much do you weigh?
About 108, I think.
For this list, we'll be looking at statements and questions to avoid when interacting with U.S. citizens, who could very well be shocked, disagreeable, or downright offended if these are said. Are there any big no-nos we missed? Sound off in the comments. Number 10. There's no such thing as American food.
Can't say hamburger with a donut for a bun. Truly, there is no gut here.
It's no secret that fusion cuisine spans the U.S. The land of immigrants and diverse cultures has inevitably been shaped by a wide range of traditions. But listen, Americans do in fact have a lot of their own regional cuisines. Cajun, Tex-Mex, Pennsylvania Dutch, and soul food, to name a few.
I've never heard anyone say that America doesn't have their own food. I've just normally heard it as mainly people just assuming it's burgers and chips and stuff.
Yeah, like fast food kind of thing.
Is not the case, as we know.
Yeah, and then I feel like maybe people are saying, well, it's the Mexican culture and things like that, you know, for like a lot of the food. But Tex-Mex is still American's take on it.
American, Texas barbecue,
is still,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like
barbecue all over.
Yeah, that statement's probably from people that aren't educated enough.
Yeah,
definitely. Because if you know, you know.
I think the more common one is American food's basic, which again is a case if you don't. We'd never heard of American barbecue, never heard of Tex-Mex just about before we came.
It's like when you generalise the whole
don't
American accent, you're generalising the whole food is just burgers and chips and fries. Just like Chick-fil-A, all that, yeah,
definitely.
Influences from other nations have certainly been Americanized, but Americans would argue that they do have their own distinct food staples.
Peanut butter burger is one of my favorites here.
You wouldn't think the peanut butter and the burger would go great together, but man, what a combination it is.
The hamburger is generally considered the national dish in America, a favorite regularly enjoyed at fast food establishments and all-American BBQs. If you challenge an American on where the hamburger originated, be ready for a debate.
You're getting the volume of a burger, the flavor of the bacon, the whole top of that patty is just all that crispy, crunchy, unctuous flavor. Then on the inside, it's super tender.
Number 9, college is so expensive.
Just try.
Okay.
I'll go to some ridiculously expensive college and let you loan me a car.
There's no need to say this. Americans are well aware. Though many agree that the cost of higher education is outrageously expensive, there's little they can do about it.
Same in the UK.
It's a popular item on political agendas that have long been advocated for. Mention of this in a conversation will likely just make an American angry about something they've already been annoyed with for decades. They've taken out massive student loans, paid the overpriced tuitions, and students have complained about it extensively amongst themselves.
I spent 200 grand on higher education and I still haven't figured it out.
200 grand? Your parents must be pissed.
Nope, all student loans.
They'd love to enjoy the affordability that exists in Norway and Sweden. So, unless that happens, don't remind them.
Yeah, UK is quite expensive. I don't think it's as expensive as America, but it is expensive.
For uni, it is on average, 9 grand a year.
Yeah, okay.
And it's usually a minimum 3 years.
Which still feels expensive.
Yeah.
I guess whatever.
It's still expensive.
Everyone knows it. If you just say to someone it's expensive, it's just, I suppose, a kick in the wound, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the good thing about America in that term is that you do get a lot more scholarship opportunities than we do.
True, but that's only sports, isn't it, scholarship?
No, is it?
I think so. I think scholarship is sport.
Can you not get a scholarship in, like...
Maybe.
I've only ever
heard of it in a sport. So if you're really good at sport, you get a scholarship to the school. But I suppose if you are a fantastic artist, why not?
Yeah, like an artist.
Let us know in the comments. I genuinely don't know. Let us know.
how much they're paying.
Thanks for lying.
You like lies? Here's a few. College is expensive, but it's worth it.
Number 8, that's not real football.
Did you know some historians think American football is based on an ancient Aztec game? It's not American football, it's just football.
The debate surrounding soccer versus football will likely rage on forever. If there's
True,
one thing
yeah.
Americans unitedly agree on, it's that football means throwing around a pigskin. They never refer to kicking a ball as football. That's soccer. Though soccer is a popular sport in America, it's generally not as beloved as it is by diehard European football fans.
No, I have never coached the sport that you folks call football. At any level.
Jesus.
And heck, you could fill 2 internets with what I don't know about football.
American football is the nation's favorite, and citizens are quite passionate about their teams. Americans will probably laugh at you if you try to compare the same named sports, and they won't be happy if you question their hardcore fandom. American football is rooted in the culture, so minimizing its significance won't be received well.
Expect you boys to play football. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Number 7, do I
We
have
spoke
to
about
tip?
so many times, haven't we? The difference. We just call it. If we're speaking to an American, I will say football. And I'll say soccer. But if I slip up and say American football, it's not an issue because I'm just making sure we're talking about the same thing. I don't think people care.
I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think they'll care.
I'll call about anything.
I think it's been made a big deal, but I don't think anyone actually cares.
Yeah, I don't think so. Do I have to tip? We always just tip out of respect, whatever the kind of going thing is at the time when we go. If it's 15%,
They tend
20%.
to put options, don't they, on the
options,
receipt?
But like every time we come to America, we just go with whatever the state kind of recommends. What we've been told, you tip that much in the state. We just do it.
Not even in America. We tip now in Jersey. We tip
at
restaurants.
We tip at restaurants and stuff. But like at a bar, we still wouldn't do that in Jersey at a bar.
Yeah,
but in America we would.
Have I told them the story about me in California?
Oh, you gave me like a
San Francisco.
$10
oh my
tip,
God.
didn't you?
It's really bad because all I bought was 2 drinks for me and your sister.
And they were expensive.
They were expensive, but it had like as the tip options was like good, great, like, and I was like, I want to be amazing. So I gave them like the highest tip, and it was like the same price as the drink.
It was like a nearly 100% tip. You was like, oh yeah, bud.
And then upstairs I was like, I'm amazing.
But we just do the 20%. And like I say, we tip in the UK. Normally like takeaway and then restaurants, but bars we don't. But we did in America because it's out of respect, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, throw in a buck.
I don't tip.
You don't tip?
No, I don't believe in it.
This question will always be answered with a resounding yes. You absolutely must tip at pretty much any establishment where a service is being provided. Unlike in European countries, tipping is habitual standard practice in the US. Failure to do so will be met with shock from employees and glares from Americans you might be dining with.
Let me just get this straight. You don't ever tip, huh?
I don't tip because society says I have to. All right, I mean, I'll tip if somebody really deserves a tip. If they really put forth the effort, I'll give them something extra. But I mean, this tipping automatically, it's for the birds.
These workers are already underpaid as it is. So many not only expect tips, but rely on them as part of their income. Unless you want to look cheap or rude in public, avoid this question at all costs and be prepared to engage in this customary show of respect.
You don't care they're counting on your tips to live?
You know what this is? It's the world's smallest violin playing just for the waitresses.
Number 6, how much do you weigh?
Ask Jeff if he'll give you his weight.
How much you weigh? I don't think
I'd be happy if anyone asked me that.
for mainly women, I think. If I ask a guy, again, you've got to be friends with them properly, or in context. If they're on about doing something, oh well, how much do you weigh? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're on about they wanted to. Someone said to me, came up to me and went, look, I want to get down to 80 kg. My first question is going to be, well, what do you weigh
that's
now?
the same for girls though. Even for girls,
Maybe I don't know.
I think it's different.
It's a context, isn't it? But if I just suddenly come up to you, oh, how much do you weigh? Why do you care?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be offended if you asked, but
No, I'm saying if you were just a random person and I came up and asked you, it's just like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Again, that's what you think.
She doesn't even know how much I weigh.
Asking this will likely get you scolded or condemned. While commenting on someone's weight is not as offensive overseas, it's a rather touchy subject in the US. In addition to the number on the scale being regarded as personal knowledge, different and diverse beauty standards exist in America.
But are you still losing? Wait, are you still losing weight?
Are we on a first date?
Just curious. Am I? Well, I don't know. I guess it
or
depends.
are you
Movements to accept and embrace body diversity are prevalent, so refraining from discussing weight has become a way to not offend anyone, regardless of whether you think them too small or too large. Inquiring about this sensitive matter is a surefire way to piss off an American, so it's best to keep rudely perceived questions and comments to yourself.
I'd rather be...
I guess also depends, because like, if I was met Sean or something like that and he gained a bit of weight, I will joke with him. Not joke, but I'll say in a jokey way, like, oh mate, you put a bit of timber on there.
Yeah.
And he won't get annoyed at me because he knows he has or something like that. And then vice versa. But again, that's quite good mates.
Yeah, I feel like that's for guys. I don't think girls would say that to each other.
Yeah. Like, if suddenly he's hitting the golf ball a lot further, like, oh, mate, it's because you put a shy load of timber on. And he'll be like, yeah. Like, again, it's a joke. But
yeah, for a guy, I think it's probably...
Do you think that's UK banter as well?
I think so.
We will call each other out in a jokey way.
But I wouldn't say that girls do that.
No. But it makes sense. Do American guys do that? Will you joke about that? Kind of in a bantery, true way, but it's just banter?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Interesting.
Dead in the Sea of Cortez than have you know what I weigh.
I don't want your weights. The captain wants them. Who's going to disobey a captain?
Number 5. Americans are overly patriotic.
Good morning,
that's a good thing. Being patriotic.
Feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
The flag, the national anthem, the 4th of July, soaring eagles, all encompass and symbolize American patriotism and deep-rooted values of a free collective identity. Symbols might be just that in other countries, but Americans take their meaning and significance especially seriously.
I rate it so much.
Since winning the Revolutionary War, many citizens have maintained a strong sense of nationality, even through cultural movements and attempts to drive social change. As such, it's safer to avoid criticisms of patriotic displays that might appear to be over the top, even if some Americans secretly agree with you. It's essentially a lose-lose, where you could either offend somebody who doesn't care or offend someone who does.
And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday.
Number 4. How much money do you make?
Understand how much money you make?
I don't know. 70,000 last month.
In the U.S., money is kind of taboo, especially in discussions around citizen salaries. This is something that's more openly talked about elsewhere, whereas Americans are more tight-lipped on the matter. Similarly to inquiring about someone's weight, income is understood to be personal.
I get $50,000 a hit. How much do you make?
I just get to keep whatever's in the guy's wallet.
It's sort of an unspoken rule of etiquette amongst the population that everyone's intimate financial details are only theirs to know, and others should respect that.
I think that's the same for the UK. Maybe, obviously, close friends will tell each other to that, but I think in majority it's quite a personal thing. And like if you're kids, you wouldn't ask your parents and stuff like that. I don't.
I never asked my mum how much.
No clue how much they earn and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's quite taboo in the UK as well, isn't it? That.
Some employers even have implied or written pay secrecy policies in place, which discourage talk of employee pay.
Yeah.
With this understanding ingrained in the minds of Americans, one would benefit from limiting work conversations to careers, excluding salaries.
You took a cab?
Yeah? So?
How much do you make?
I'm telling you.
Come on.
No.
Number 3. Your measurement system is crazy.
I mean, America, you guys have your own thing, the imperial system, you know? On my side of the world, we use the metric system, and by my side, I mean the rest of the world.
Though it's used by pretty much the rest of the world, the metric system isn't used by Americans. So talk of kilometers or anything of that sort will probably be met with blank stares. The U.S. has a more complex and confusing imperial system that is unique to the nation.
You explain to me.
Yes.
How the country that can send men and hopefully women to the moon
all and beyond.
still are in gallons and inches.
Many Americans would likely admit that the metric system is superior in terms of efficiency, but its adoption is unlikely in the U.S.
Yeah, too much chaos to change it now.
You're better off trying to conceptualize measurements with Americans by reverting to descriptions that they would understand. It's about 3 football fields long would certainly get your point across.
So one of the great things about Americans is we won't change no matter how good it would be for us.
Number 2, capitalism sucks.
Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great, and England okay, and France terrible.
Capitalism is a founding principle of American culture that has evolved into an ideology. It is the system that dominates both major political parties, as free markets and privatization are solid
What view is
fixtures in
that?
American
What?
society. Regardless of whether an American is pro or anti-capitalist, the economic subject is touchy and shouldn't be casually introduced in conversation.
You're going to be convinced of that till next month when you get to James Lemon. Then you're going to be talking about how the economies of Virginia and Pennsylvania were entrepreneurial and capitalist way back in 1740.
Doing so will most likely spark a heated debate that brings the idea of equally contentious socialism into the mix. Americans of varying ages have strong feelings about the economic system on both ends of the spectrum, so steering clear of it altogether is your best bet.
Hey, fellas!
fair enough.
Look what I found in my pocket! Look! A year's salary right here! What I call them? Fun coupons!
Before we continue,
I'd be
be sure to
underneath.
subscribe to our
Yeah, I'll be
channel
like,
and
"Look,
ring the bell to get
give me."
notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into settings and switch on your notifications.
Same here, would appreciate it.
Number 1, America isn't the greatest country on earth.
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
There's that long-standing idea that America is the promised land, the greatest nation. Nowadays, some might disagree, but it's safer to just avoid saying this.
I
Considering
kind of feel like you've got to back your country. You guys are very patriotic, which I absolutely love. But if anyone says your country isn't the greatest on earth, you've got to fight back a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you can't really say that.
I feel like every country will know its flaws. Every country will know its pros. And if you were born there, you go for it.
Yeah, you can't say America's not the greatest country because everyone would think their own country's the greatest. But,
Yeah,
it's like Rotherham's bad at football.
I was just about
James
to say
still
that,
backs them.
but we are the best team, and we will
Like,
get
don't
there
get me wrong,
eventually.
I don't think the UK is better than America. But I'm not gonna. If I had to pick one, I'm obviously gonna pick where I'm from. Like,
yeah,
to
exactly.
back.
Exactly.
reputation America's gained, it's no surprise that citizens have tendencies to get
I'd be proud of
defensive when its
Chick-fil-A, though.
superiority is questioned, or, on the other hand, passionately criticize it.
Do you believe the United States is the greatest country in the world?
Yes.
A popular insult thrown around when people go against the idea is the common, "Go back to your country if you don't like it," which no one wants to hear. You don't have to say America is
Yeah,
the
it's
greatest,
really
or
bad.
ever
I hate
express
when people
alternative
say that.
opinions unless you're up for potential confrontation. If you say it, you could also hear something like this.
First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from
I enjoyed that. It was good.
That was good. Yeah,
Some new
different.
things on there. Good things to chat about. Got a story in there as well about you tipping.
Yep.
Massively. Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
I
Yeah.
thought it's a good video. Smash that button if you enjoyed it, guys. Smash the subscribe button, just like we high-fived. Do that to the subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. And if you do think you subscribed, double check, because we've had comments recently saying, "I thought I've been subscribed for ages. I've looked and it's unsubscribed me." So we would really appreciate it. Just take 5 seconds out of your day just to double check and then smash that button. What's your video?
Have a fantastic day.
And we will see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.